Hi guys, so we're back today filming an autumn look.
We're going to use some rich brown tones and berry lips to really create an amazing autumn look that's not going to overpower the face.
And I usually would never do lips and eyes, but Buster here is going to show us how it's done without it looking too much.
Okay, so I'm going to start by adding a bit of light to the skin and priming it with NARS Illuminator in Hot Sand.
It's funny because you always think that, because after you put primer on and then you put your foundation, you might assume that it covers it and you can't see anything, but it actually does come through a lot through the foundation, giving you a much more glowy look.
Yeah. So I'm just popping some foundation onto Roxie's skin with a sponge again. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation, which is great if you're going to do a heavy eye or lip because it looks like skin. It's not too much coverage.
And we're going to use the Kevin Aqua concealer again because it's my favourite, and you can watch that on my natural contouring video in more detail about how we get the contoured look.
This is actually a great product for winter as well because you can use it as a foundation all over if you want more coverage. So we're just powdering the skin, again with Laura Mercier translucent powder, just to take down the shine and set the base makeup. Okay, so we're going to add in some contour. I'm using Barry M Chisel Cheeks. This is the cheapest contour product that I know. But it's such a great colour swatch because it's just the right amount of brown and grey.
I could spend all day in Boots or Superdrug looking at makeup.
Yeah, me too.
I think we're so lucky how many high street products we have that are so good.
Yeah.
So we're contouring the nose now, my favourite part. Try and give me a bit of a skinnier nose.
So now we've contoured the nose, I'm just going to run over with a damp sponge. It's still damp with a little bit of foundation on it.
How damp? Because that is really misleading.
Yeah, it looks really dark. It's actually just the foundation that I've just applied on Roxie. And all that does is just kind of blends out the contour. So now we've done that, I'm just gonna run over with a little bit of powder. I'm using, again, Smashbox Halo Hydrating Powder in medium.
I love this one.
Yeah, it just makes the skin look so flawless. And then we're just going to bronze the skin really quickly using Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess in number 3 medium deep.
Love this one. So because we're doing an autumn look today, we don't want to go too heavy on the bronzer because we're going to do brownie eyes and we're having a lip as well. So we want to go quite natural on the face and the cheeks.
I'm going to take my same fluffy brush that's got the powder and the bronzer already in it with a little bit of NARS Orgasm Blush. And the reason I've picked this is because it's not overpowering in colour and it's got a little bit of shine to it. Smell for me? Just a little bit of highlight. I'm using MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralize. These are my favourite because they catch the light so naturally. They don't look too chunky or glittery. They just give a nice sheen to the skin. Okay, so moving on to eyes. We're going to do like a blown out rich brown for this look, but it's really important to use an eyeshadow base because if you don't, your eyeshadow will tend to kind of lose its oomph halfway through the day. It might start to crease, and generally the colour payoff without a base isn't so good. So I'm using a paint pot from MAC, and I'm using Laying Low, and this is a really great colour for Roxie because it kind of almost matches her skin. I'm going to use the Stila Mind palette, which is a really beautiful palette. It's got some really earthy tones in there.
Oh, they're really nice.
And I'm going to start with a rich red brown. Always tap your excess off because you don't want it falling all over the face. And we're literally just going to really softly buff this all over the lid. And then just with a clean brush, I'm literally just going to go over and just really soften the edges. My trick to any kind of smoky eye is to blend, blend, blend. They say blend is your friend because the more it's blended, the more it looks like it's meant to be there. And I'm just taking that same rich brown and really softly running it under the eye. We don't want this to be sharp or harsh. With this kind of look, it's all about being soft. And then I'm going to take the darkest colour in the palette, which is like a really deep kind of mahogany brown. I'm just going to run that through the lash line. I'm going to go back to my highlighter that I used on the skin, and because this is a matte eye, I'm going to pop a little bit of this highlighter on the inside corner of the eye to really open the eye up.
So I'm going to curl my lashes again and do my mascara with my many layers. I'm going to avoid fake lashes today just because it's eyes and lips, so I definitely don't want it to be too much.
So I'm just going to run a little bit of the Bobbi Brown brow powder just through Roxie's brows. I definitely think, because we're playing up the eyes a little bit, don't overdo the brow, because you don't want to be brows, eyes and lips. It's just going to end up being so heavy. Okay, so moving on to lips. The autumn look is all about that kind of maple, rich, deep red kind of colour. So I'm going to use Laura Mercier Redwood pencil, and I'm using a Carla Powell lip brush, which is really sharp, which helps you blend the lipstick really well.
All I want to do now is go to Starbucks for a pumpkin spice latte. This is getting me so in the mood.
What we're going to do is we're going to pop this colour all over the lip, pop on a lipstick, and then with a darker pencil, I'm going to go in and just create a little bit of a HD lip, which makes the lip look fuller, and it just gives it a bit more dimension. We're using Wicked from Topshop, which again is that real maple, rich, deep red colour. And I'm just literally gonna pop this quite strong all over the lip. You could leave it at this point and it's beautiful, but we are gonna add a bit more of a HD. So keeping the cost down, I'm actually gonna use a sleek pencil in Raisin.
What brand is this?
This is Sleek, so it's probably about £3, this pencil. And instead of drawing on the lip like I did with the other pencil, I'm actually this is a really creamy pencil, so I'm taking it off with my lip brush, and I'm just working this into the outside corners of the lip and blending it through with my lipstick. Or should I say your lipstick? So you can see now that it just creates a bit of an ombre lip. So it's a little bit darker in the outside corner, and then it works up to being brighter in the center. So it just makes the lips look more full and plump. Fab, so this is the finished autumn look.
Yay. So I really hope you guys like this look, and I'd love to see you guys try it out. So don't forget to post a picture on Instagram with the hashtag #GetReadyWithRoxie.